all of the staff, saying thank you for entrusting us with your kids. Before I begin, let's get Mr. Piwo. He's our facility manager. He is going to have us do the blessing. He's going to do the blessing. Mr. Piwo, thank you.
Good morning. On behalf of facilities, we also like to say thank you for entrusting your children, your grandchildren with us at this facilities. We're doing a lot of upgrades, but my name is Billy Piwo. I am the facility manager. I am of the Comanche Nation, the Numinuk people, the people from Oklahoma. I thank you. I've been here about almost 20 months, so there's been a lot of facilities issues that we've been tackling. I don't sugarcoat anything. It is what it is, but we're doing a lot, and I'll explain that. But what I'd like to do is have this opening prayer, so we could go to the Lord in prayer. So I'm going to ask that Holy Spirit to come into us, to minister to us. Somebody that may not be feeling good today, we ask that Holy Spirit to minister and to heal us. We shall pray. Heavenly Father, we ask that Holy Spirit anoints way to come to us. Somebody in our mix is not feeling good. We pray that you may be with them. Heal their bodies like that. Our homes that we left behind, that we're going to go back to them better than what we left them. Our families, our children here, our students, our faculty, dear Lord, we pray that you may be with them, bless them, be with them, be with our elders here today. Somebody that's not feeling right today, dear Lord, that you're going to touch them. Make them feel better today. We give you all the praise and glory, dear Lord. Once again, look after our kids. You know, if somebody's feeling bad, if they don't feel like they could talk to anybody, that they know they could come to you, dear Lord, and pray to you, and that you're going to minister to all of us. And we give you all the praise and glory, dear Lord. We thank you in Jesus' name. Amen. So, once again, I'm from the facilities department. We got a lot of HVACs, every building. We got 52 structures, and just about every structure's getting a new fire alarm and a HVAC system. The system is very outdated, so any issues with any facilities related stuff, you can email me, you can call me, say, hey, Mr. Piwo, what's going on with this? And I'll gladly send you an email back. It's all on the directory. So any kind of issues, please let me know. So we got the HVAC fire alarm going on. We have 4 roof projects that we completed. The fencing. I forgot to bring the panels, but if you go into the main administration, we may put those panels out to let y'all look and see what the fence is going to look like. It's going to be a 10-foot fence, metal, and aesthetically it's going to look really great on campus. So it's going to start at Jackson and go all the way to Magnolia and back down to our other gate. So it's going to look really great. So we're going to start that project. Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to be able to see through it like a normal fence, or is it going to be completely enclosed?
You're going to be able to see it. It's a panels fence, steel fence. So we'll put them up at the front by the exit, and y'all can see them. They're little miniature fences, but that's going to be what the fence is going to look like. So we got that going on. The flooring, we got 3 projects we're going to redo in March. Is a gym flooring. We're going to revarnish that with the auditorium and Bennett Hall. So we're gonna redo all those floorings. So that's what we have left of the ARPA funds. So we all know about those ARPA funds, so that's what we asked that we could utilize for the campus. The cafeteria flooring, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make a makeshift cafeteria out of the rec center. That's where they're gonna cook, and then we're gonna have 2 portable tents outside. They're gonna be enclosed. We're gonna have heaters. We're gonna have it fully equipped for the safety of our students, and that's where they're gonna dine at. The reason why is because we have a limit. We got a time limit to January 4th. So what we're gonna do in the whole cafeteria, from the front to the back, we're gonna put epoxy on there. It's gonna really make it more durable, make it look a lot better, and it's gonna have our cafeteria be able to clean up the facilities a lot efficiently. So that project, we got it started the 4th of December, and it's gotta be completed by the 3rd of January. So on the 6th, we'll be moving back in there. So when the students return, we'll be back in the cafeteria. So just to let y'all know, it's just a limited time. It's just about a month that we'll be utilizing that outside facilities. But any questions on that, please see me. I'm on campus most of the day, or email me or call me on that issue. But it's really gonna help. So we got 2 outside door basketball court areas that we're gonna do. We're gonna polarize the existing courts, and then we're gonna put 2 metal awnings with lights where students could go play after dark if the dorm staff allows them. So that's gonna be 2 projects we got going on. That also, they gotta be completed with those by February, like 7th or 8th. So we got that project going on. FY '25, our physical year, we got about a 5-year process of electrical upgrades on campus. So the upgrades consist of the electrical. We got a lot of underground electrical. So the first part is gonna be that, and the auditorium gets their upgrades. So, and we got some other roof projects that we're looking at doing. We're finishing up this week, or next week rather, so we could utilize the rec center so they could move back in there. So Mr. Kreider and his staff could move back in there. So that was held up due to the HVAC job. So there's parameters that the controls have to be set at, so we're finally here. We finally got them on yesterday, so we're finishing up in that location. So the students will have a quick location to go to, a much larger place than where they're at now. So we're trying to make things progress here as far as facilities. So like I said, I've only been here about 20 months. So if there ain't no other questions, feel free to call me or email me. Thank you. Oh, yes, ma'am.
What were the projected timelines to finish that fencing?
The finish, they also got January 6th, I believe. January 6th to finish up that. And it's gonna really help the campus look a lot better. The fencing, we do have outside people trying to jump the fence, and we catch them. We got new buggies for our facility staff. We had an incident this past week, and we're able to get to the areas a lot quicker if there's any. So if they need us in administration, we're able to get to a location a lot quicker. So other than that, I'll say thank you, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kimball. Once again, we have our facility director go quickly, or the first, because he's busy and his staff are busy. So thank you. I know you have things you got to do, but thank you. Now I'd like to introduce Ms. Sherman and her court.
Dagate, my name is Daviana Woodman. Good morning, everybody. I'm Ms. Sherman, 2024-2025, and I'd just like to welcome and thank you for coming to Parent-Teacher Conference. My first attendant and my Ms. Sherman court is Marley Yu, but I'm not sure if she's here. But thank you and welcome.
All right, we'll continue. As you can see, we are right on schedule. Before I introduce my partner in crime, as I call him, Mr. Prevey, I do want to let you know that Ms. Sisquak is here, and she's currently at the museum, so whenever you get through your introductions with all your teachers that you're visiting, please visit the museum. It'll be open until 6 p.m. today.
And she has Sherman gear.
And she has Sherman gear as also, so at this time, I'll go ahead and introduce myself again. I'm Matt Townsend. I've been here at Sherman for 30, going on 31 years. And this is my second time in an acting role as a vice principal. And I'm thankful again and grateful for all of you allowing us to educate your child. I can't do this alone, and I'm not doing it alone. All this preparation was from this fantastic staff. Before I continue, I'd like to introduce Mr. Prevey. I'll allow him to talk to you about himself.
Good morning. My name is Rich Prevey. I teach English and U.S. history and have 10, or I have 11 this year, right? And I'm also Matt's assistant. Some things for you to know. Welcome again. Welcome. Thank you for coming to Sherman or returning. For many of you, I recognize many faces out there, so it's really fun to see you again. A little note, we don't have a public meeting today. We do have one next week, though. So in your packet, you'll see that there is a link and also a QR code. And that will direct you to the meeting that'll be next Wednesday, I believe, correct? Matt?
Yes. Wednesday the 30th at 3 p.m.
Yes.
Why was it changed?
Why was the meeting changed?
Sorry about that. Ms. Ward, the principal, could not make it down. She will be down here. Her travel is Sunday night, so she'll be here all next week. She is a superintendent at Shamawa Indian School, and she's our principal until we get our situation here with the administration taken care of. So she will be here all next week. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it this week. What was the other question?
How long has this been the date? Like, couldn't we have moved it so the parents could actually talk to her in person?
Great question. What happened this week, not only is this parent conference, this is ISEP week. What they do is they do the official enrollment in the campus as well as in our programs. And so what happened, great question, they were doing Shamawas before they got here. And so that is why she couldn't make it. They're currently, the way they planned it out, the ISEP team that's currently here, and they're finishing up today, were doing their ISEP before they got here this week as well.
There's no Zoom option, so she could.
The Zoom option is
Zoom?
next week, so she can talk about the title. She is always available to contact. I believe her phone number is on the website. And
But
if
she's
you
really
need
good
to
about
contact,
answering emails too.
say it.
She's really good about answering emails.
And she's fantastic about emails, day or night. She's really, she will make contact with you, yes. But that's the reason why. Great questions. We're going to be transparent. Whenever you ask us a question, we'll answer it as best we can. And if we don't know the answers, we'll find them for you, okay? Any more questions? Okay. And before I begin introducing staff, I would like to thank Mr. Marino, our culinary arts instructor, and I'm going to let him introduce his fantastic student that helped us make those awesome pancakes.
Hello, Mr. Marino, Culinary Arts. We had some blue-thorn pancakes set up because our school's part of a indigenous food hub for the White House, so we're trying to bring in indigenous foods, and I think there was a sign out there that said for lunch, you guys will be having some bison ribs. Those were brought in from South Dakota, Cheyenne's Buffalo Company. So we're trying to get some more indigenous foods from native vendors, native farms into our school district for lunch. So I think they had blue-corn pancakes this morning too. And then tomorrow I think they'll have some clam stew. And then the students that were helping me today, Paisley.
Hello, my name is Pizu Monteg. I am a sophomore here at Sherman Indian High School, and I come from the Quetzalcoatl Native tribe from Yuma, Arizona, and I helped make the pancakes this morning. I'm Indian community, and I'm a senior, and I helped also make the pancakes. I'm part of the Departmental tribe, and I'm a senior.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And part of that program, not all of that program, the CTE program, is funded by the San Manuel Indian Grant. So they're doing a lot of great things with these programs, with that grant funding. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and bring up Ms. Bogus. Come on up, Ms. Bogus. And she's going to introduce. We'll go by departments, so please, Ms. Bogus, yes. Now, why am I saying Ms. Bogus? I just want you to let you know, we currently have 3 doctorate teachers and staff that have their doctorates, but we also have an alumni who returned and is a teacher. So, I would like to introduce Ms. Bogus.
Ed Bennett, can you hear me through the mask? I'm sorry I don't feel too good today. I came just for you. Anyways, that's what the kids say. Anyways, yes, welcome to Sherman. I'm glad you're here safely, and hope that you enjoyed some of the sights of Southern California, like Disneyland maybe. There's the ocean. I remember when I first came here, it was the first time I saw the ocean, and my grandma was here. And she was scared. Oh, that water, it just goes down there. I don't know, where does it stop? She was all scared. So we took her up to the, the shore. You know how the sand is when you stand in it? It's gonna swallow me. She says, no, it's not. We were hanging on to her. So that's how it felt like when she first saw it. I did the same thing when we first went to the beach. It was cool. But there are a lot of places to go here. We have the ocean, the desert. What else do we have? Forests, mountains, so forth. So it's a great place to go to school and to work. And thank you for bringing your children, your child, because I graduated from Sherman. I've been here for a long time. When I was 14 years old, and I'm glad I came. I always wanted to come away to school. I was raised in Shiprock, New Mexico. How many of you know where Shiprock is? Not Inez. I think there's another name for it too, but I know it's not Inez. Anyways, I always wanted to go away and find out about Sherman. When my cousins and aunts came here, they said, hey, go to Disneyland, what do you call it? Go to college, back in those days. So anyways, I said, I gotta go there. So I did, because if I stayed on the res, I probably would have gone as far as I went educationally, academically. Because I graduated when I was 17, I went on to school, as a freshman, 17 years old, at Cal State Fullerton. It's near Disneyland, by the way, okay? And I spent my years there. I decided to get my teaching credential. And so I got those too. And then I came back when I was like barely 20 years old. So I've been here for a while. And the kids thought I was a student. The first day I came to class, and they were looking at me. They thought I was going to take one at the desk. They said, "Who are you?" I said, "I'm Miss Charlie. I'm your teacher." And you should have seen their eyes. "You're the teacher?" And some of them were like 18, 19 years old, I think it was. But I was so glad to come back because I want to give back to Sherman. And I want to give back to your students as well, too, because I know what they go through. Some of the things I went through, some of them are still going through that. My primary language is the language. My parents did not speak English, so I just picked up a few words. And my first time I really could say a full sentence probably by the 2nd grade. It was very difficult. And we're still having those kids here. And I know what they're going through with English, math, so you have to be patient with some of these kids. And then some of the kids, they have it all, most of it. But we gotta build up those bridges for them. And I'm glad you brought those kids here. And I went on, I want to go back to my education. I went on forward, I got my master's at Cal State San Bernardino in secondary school administration. Because I thought, hey, you know what? The kids need to see their models, native models, right? So I'm glad to be working here. This is like my second home, really. This is my second boarding school, too. I went to boarding school on the reservation in Shiprock. How many of you know where Shiprock is? All right, yay. And I went to on-reservation boarding school, and that was an awful experience. I'm not going to tell you about it. I hope to publish a book. I finished it, but I'm still not finished with it. A lot of those awful experiences are in there. And I want the students to read it, and then Sherman. Sherman's the best place I went to. So thank you for bringing your students, your children here, and future ones. Okay, bring them. Anyway, thank you for being here. I teach the next class, Navajo, my language. I enjoy it. I have about, and it's open to any tribe. It doesn't have to be Navajo students. I have two, I think, Choctaw, I forget the other one, I think I said it right. I used to work there, by the way, for about 4 months. Near Sal's, at, I think, what's it, Rancho? I forgot the name of the school. Anyways, you guys have a really cool reservation. It's big, beautiful, blue skies. Anyway, welcome, and my classroom is down the other way. On that side by Mr. Hathaway, across from Mr. Hathaway, so please come by, and thank you again, Mr. Head. Introduce me as possible.
Good morning. Welcome to Sherman. We're just going to be introducing our department. So my department, Social Science, History, so I'm going to call it Ms. Lorna Hobbs, Ms. Charlie Bogus, Mr. Hathaway. Okay. After lunch, we're going to be giving some gifts out for the families. So I'm going to do it by my classroom in the Social Science hallway. We're offering 2 gifts upon the completion of the survey. Your opinions are important to us. So anyways, well, welcome again. And we'll go science, Mom.
Good morning. My name is Cynthia Damone. I teach science here on campus, biology and chemistry. And some of you, I met somebody today that was a former student. Awesome. So it's great to be here at Sherman. We will be finishing out this year, and I might retire next year. So. And I've always enjoyed being here at Sherman. It is, to me, like a second home as well. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Mo. Which reminds me, we did have 3 staff that did retire. First was Ms. Bonner. She retired in early August. Then we had Ms. Royalty, Ms. Bonner was also a science teacher. Then we had Ms. Royalty, who was an art teacher. She retired in September. And then Ms. Meshagai, she was another art teacher, but her art specialty was ceramics and beading. She retired as well. So we just want to acknowledge them and all their hard work, but also the hard work of all our staff. I'll continue. I'd like to introduce, I already had introduced Mr. Marino, part of the CTE program, but I'd like the CTE program teachers to come on up, instructors, so they can introduce themselves, please. And while they're coming up, I do want to give a big shout out to our librarian, Mr. Dominguez. I just want to say, you know, thank you for inviting us into your area, having it ready, making it look awesome, always having such awesome activities for our students after school. If you get a chance, please come and speak with her, look at the pictures, look at the board out there, what she's doing with her program. Once again, thank you, Mrs. Dominguez. But as I'd like to continue with the CTE trainers.
Hello, my name is Neil Harrington. I teach mechanics, automotive.
Hi there, I'm Desiree Trapp. I teach the animal science and FFA program.
Mr. Hurd, I'm the public safety instructor here. I teach careers in law enforcement, and I facilitate a wildland fire academy taught by the local Riverside version of the DIA Wildland Fire Service here at Sherman.
Hello, I'm Brian Hayden. I teach the building trades, the construction part of the industry. So if I look like I'm covered in sawdust, we were out there building this morning. So, and also this, when you came in, one of the tables that's up there in the front, that resin table, that's Romulus built that, so he used to plane it. So to show you some of the things that we do. So come on down to the back side of the school. There's checks out today.
My name is Robert Riding. I'm an ed tech for Pathways, and I assist the various teachers that are introducing themselves.
Hi, I already got introduced earlier. Mr. Marino getting Culinary, and then just a reminder that lunch today is for everyone too. So please head over for lunch to the cafeteria because we got a lot of food for you guys.
Thank you all. CTE, Career Technical Education. That's what it stands for, and they are funded by the San Manuel Indian Grant. So we're very thankful to have these programs, and thank you all. Appreciate it. Okay, so I'll go ahead and just bring the microphone over here because we're going to go through some departments really quickly so we can stay on schedule. And some of the departments we'll introduce that are not academics but are definitely a very important department on our campus. But I'm going to go ahead and introduce our special education instructor, teacher, supervisor, coordinator. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, good morning. My name is Miss Sims. I teach English 4, 2 sections with my seniors this year, and a section of AVID 10. So we are just starting with our new AVID course, our section of the 10s this year, and we are very excited. Welcome and thank you guys for coming.
Good morning, thank you for coming. My name is Michelle Laramie. I teach English senior level and sophomore level, honors and regular for both. I'm also the AVID 12 teacher this year. I've moved up with them since sophomore year, and we're in the process of applying for colleges, getting ready to try to look for financial aid. We already have had one girl accepted to a college, and so we're on our way. So thank you for coming.
John Wickner, I'm a math teacher. I teach calculus, pre-calculus, and algebra 1. And all right, here's Mr. Colley.
Hello, I'm Mr. Colley. I teach mathematics, algebra 2, and geometry, also the track coach, and the cross-country coach, and we have a meet today.
Hello everyone. My name is Teresa. I am the clinic provider, so I'm in the IHS clinic if you're looking for me today.
Hello everyone, I am Michael. I am your mental health provider, behavioral health provider for IHS, and I just want to say that your kids are wonderful.
Good morning. I'm Miss Stanley. My first name is Gwendolyn. I teach English, language arts, 9th graders. I've been here for a tad bit, and I just wanted to say hello to you. Thank you very much.
Did all the academic, oh, here we go.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Jason Miller. I'm an education technician. I give support in English and math and do some tutoring here. So thank you for being here, families. Hope you have a good day, a good stay in Southern California. Thank you.
From Wisconsin. I've been here almost 5 years come January. I teach one English class right now, the sophomores, and I'm also like August's sergeant major for the SSR. She could probably tell you more about that eventually.
I am the registrar, and I am also detailed as home living specialist. Welcome, everybody. So nice of you guys all to be here. And if you guys have any questions, please let us know. We'll be available all day.
Hello, my name is Brandon Kreider. I am helping as detailed home living specialist and recreation specialist. We're trying to keep your kids busy with fun activities. We're actually going to a Chargers game on Sunday with the students. We've taken a previous one earlier in the year against the Rams. We've taken them to quite a few places. They've been to the beach, all the dorms. They've been to Universal Studios for Halloween Horror Night. We have Clippers games that are coming up. We've gone to Angels games and Galaxy soccer games. We're just trying to get them off campus and experience the things that we have available here in California. Have them enjoy a fun high school experience. So I'm also the head basketball coach here. So just know we appreciate you sending your students. We are trying to have them have a good experience here. I'm also the avid 11 teacher. So we're working towards getting ready to apply and starting to get our students ready for college. So we appreciate you guys sending them, and like I said, we'll be here all day if you have any questions or anything. We're here to help.
Thank you. And thank you. And also, do want to, once again, Mr. Miller is in charge of tutoring. He has a crew that works with him. Mr. Writing, Dr. De Silva, that help in tutoring on Tuesday nights from 4:30 to 7:30. Also, Mr. Pocat has a little crew that goes and does indoor rock climbing. So he has a club going on right now. And once again, the fabulous off-campus tours are provided over there. The director of recreation, home living, they make sure the students have those opportunities. But of course, the students have to earn those opportunities. They have to have good behavior. They cannot be an SSR. SSR is a student support room, and that's basically if they put in, they're late to class or they've had some misbehavior, that's where they go. Okay? So Mr. Pocat, Ms. Bogus is a coordinator. Mr. Pocat works alongside her. Okay? Is there anything else? Oh, and one more. We introduced facilities. We introduced our IHS staff. We also have our cafeteria staff. Mr. Marino had mentioned about lunch today. They are a fantastic crew that we're so fortunate to have. Ms. Rivera takes it seriously. She tries, I think, twice a month, she tries to have meals that are indigenous. Like today, you're going to sample some of those foods that they've created off of their menus, native menus. So please get the chance to go over there. It will be open at 12:30, and you will eat in the cafeteria. And before I forget, say thank you. Say thank you. Oh, Mr. Preview wants to make sure I remind you all, if you haven't done so, please sign in so we can track how many families arrived and participated today. Is there anything else before we get started? Anything else? Okay, I have a question.
Okay, so the reason that I'm so concerned about him being here, before being here, is because at the beginning of this year, you're doing So last year with Mr. Ortiz, me and a couple other parents that are local asked if there was any kind of parental committee where whether you're local or afar, you can participate with the things that are going on campus and stay up to date with what's going on with your students in a fun presence, like making your presence known on campus, volunteering, helping with fundraisers, everything like that. At the beginning of this year, with the principal change, I've been emailing and corresponding. I'm not good at the microphone. And she said that there would be applications sent out at the beginning of October. I have received correspondence up to that. Have not received any email about a application for the parent committee. So I want all of you guys to, if you're interested, email Amanda Ward, email me, I'll give my email out, I'll CC everybody, so that we can get something going, because more parents involved means more transparency, and you'll be able to be up to date with everything your child is doing. Because last year, prom was put together in a matter of weeks, and the children deserve something spectacular when it comes to prom. So, yeah, if you guys want to speak to me, I'll be around all day. Let me know if you're interested or not, and we can go from there as parents collectively.
Thank you. And you know what? I'm going to hand it right back. I just want to introduce, she is an alumni, and I want to have her introduce herself.
My name is Liz Wilkins. I'm from the Infants and Rosebud Sioux Tribes. I graduated in 2008, and my daughter is a senior here.
Thank you, and thank you for bringing that up. I'll have a list also the secretary couldn't make it in today because she was under the weather. I will have a sign-up list as well, Liz. I will have a list as well so we can get some emails and we can start working on this, okay? Okay? All right. Oh, and we have another staff. He's actually an intern, a very educated intern. I'll let him introduce himself and let him know what subject he's teaching, and then we'll begin.
Ricky Duro Palahanga, towards Butinas around Valley. My name is Ricky Duro. I'm from Paula Indian Reservation. I grew up there all my life. I didn't go to Sherman. I went to regular Fallbrook Union High School, along with one of my the counselors here, Carleen Clifford. So how I got into this education stuff was after I graduated, I started working in residential construction. I worked in residential construction for about 10 years. I got married, had kids. After a while, a lot of the older guys, you know, especially on job sites, they'd be like, man, you can't be doing this all your life. You can't be doing this. My back's broken, my knee's broken, all this and all that. So I started getting into education. I did it just to try to get an AA, BA. I ended up double majoring, going to the University of Riverside. I have a BA in psychology, BS in anthropology. I stayed there during the pandemic and I got a master's in business administration. Soon thereafter, I was picked up from the Claremont Graduate University to be enrolled in their teacher education program. So I'm here now teaching economics for the third time, my third time teaching economics. My wife, she's also alumni from Sherman. She graduated in 2009. She was Miss Sherman. She was all that. But she teaches ASL. She's also in the social science department. Presently, right now, we share a classroom. We're looking to get another classroom for her or for me. But anyways, this is a pleasure to meet you. you know, if you come by, you know, I'd like to meet you all and all that good stuff. And so, I guess that's about it.
Thank you. And I think we have one more. I'm going to introduce her, and she actually works at the Education Resource Center in Phoenix. She's an education specialist, and she's been phenomenal in helping us do all the things administrative-wise so we can get the funding. And I'll allow her to introduce herself. And once again, she is from the ERC in Phoenix.
Thank you, Mr. Clancy. Welcome, everyone. It is so wonderful to see all of you here today to be part of this amazing program here at Sherman Indian High School. I'm Dr. Carr. As Mr. Townsend said, I work for the Education Resource Center, which is sort of like the district for our schools, the way the BIE schools are organized. And I'm here on behalf of Dr. Maxine Roanhorse-Diniazzi, who is the Education Program Administrator. That's like the superintendent. She's the boss, right? She's the boss. She's all of the administrator's boss and oversees this school along with Chemawa Indian School up in Salem, Oregon. We were just there earlier this week. And she oversees one school out in White River in eastern Arizona on the Apache land there, and 4 schools down on the Tohono O'odham Reservation in southern Arizona. So I am her assistant. I work for her. So yeah, I do whatever she tells me to do, basically. So again, as Mr. Townsend said, we're here this week handling what's called the ISEP, Indian School Equalization Program. That's the funding that the government provides for our schools. And we have to do 2 visits every year, one in the fall and one in the spring, to verify that we are doing everything according to the Combined Federal Regulations, or the CFR, according to the laws, so that we can get the money. All right, so that was my official role, but I got so lucky because I'm here when all of you are here and I get to be part of this celebration. So we do also do lots of other work for the ERC. As a matter of fact, I can brag. We just became accredited by the Cognia Accreditation Agency, which is a worldwide agency that accredits schools all around every country. You may have heard of them. They used to be called Advanced Ed. They changed their name about 10 years ago. But you may have heard accredited high school diplomas are very important. There's actually many colleges in America or other programs that students cannot go to unless they get an accredited high school diploma. And this school is accredited. Yes. And we actually just became accredited. As an ERC, as a system of schools. We're the first ERC in BIE to do that. So we're all working together, and it's been a great thing, and this team's been really instrumental in that, because now, instead of each school having to try to do so many things all by themselves, we're helping each other. There's a term called collective responsibility in the educators' research, and that means we're all responsible together. And that's the reality anyway. We're not a school, we're a BIE, Bureau-operated school, so things come from headquarters, BIE headquarters, they come from the district, right? We don't make everything up all for ourselves in these schools anyway, so it is a collective effort. But now the ERC is also responsible, as we should be. We're part of it, instead of the school doing it all by themselves. So that's a long, drawn-out explanation, but really it's a celebration. We're now accredited for 6 more years as part of the Phoenix ERC, yep. And that's really been an accomplishment we're very proud of, because now we're working together, all of our 7 schools, helping each other, collectively responsible. We have the same goals. We're using some of the same because there's no reason for everybody to do everything all by themselves, right? So we've done a lot of systematic work at the ERC, which I'm proud of, and again, worked with lots of people here on. So I'm here again on Dr. Roanhorse-Diniazzi's behalf. If anyone has some questions or anything you'd like for me to send to her, I'd be happy to. Yes, ma'am.
So last year when I met with Ms. Roanhorse and the board, they all stated that they wanted to do maybe 2 opportunities for parents to come and meet with the teachers, one being in the fall today and another one being in the spring. Has there been any talk about that happening?
Absolutely. And so we're really proud of today, and thank you all for coming. I know how hard it is. Thank you all for coming. Thanks for being here. We absolutely will organize a spring event as discussed. We want to connect and involve and work with all of you. It's, collective responsibility extends to all of us. Of course, parents, community members, our tribal nations, students themselves. These are young adults, right? So we are all part of this. We absolutely want to do that. I cannot stand here right now and tell you the logistics or the date or any of that yet. We have schedules that are, everybody's complicated, right? But we'll try to get it on the calendar as quickly as possible. I know it matters to you all when we get that scheduled sooner, then more people can participate because you all have complicated schedules too. So we have to note that. Mr. Townsend, make sure that we work on figuring out a date for that spring opportunity as well, okay? So great question. Yes, ma'am.
One more question. Cyber High. I know that kind of just like disappeared, and I know that my student actually benefited greatly from Cyber High, especially during the summer school. Is there any talks of bringing that back or a program like that?
Yes, absolutely. Cyber High can be used in lots of ways. We know that there are virtual high schools out there. Cyber High is actually one of a child can go to Cyber High and graduate, right? Do all the courses. That's not how we use Cyber High here, obviously. It's always been intended as a supplemental opportunity, primarily to help students earn credits when things like that doesn't fit in their schedule. There's certain courses kids have to take to graduate, especially upperclassmen. Maybe we have a senior, needs a certain credit, and can't get it in the schedule. Or we don't offer that here because they may be on a track or taking courses that we just don't have, right? Some specialty course. Or it's a particular interest for a child, right? Of course, we want to support that. There's a lot of reasons, but they're intended in the BIE system as supplementary credits. And so we're looking at, the data and the kids enrolled and all of that. We need to, and we know it's best for kids. And we experienced a lot of remote learning, cyber learning during the COVID time. And most of our students are supported better in a face-to-face classroom setting. Of course, they're here, living here to benefit from, we're here together, right, working with them. And we have teachers hired that are here, that are professional. We want the kids to work with a teacher, right, first. That's the part, right, in a classroom with a person first. So we kind of backed up and made sure that we were offering every possible thing face-to-face with a teacher initially. And now we're looking at reintroducing Cyber High for those supplemental things that I mentioned initially, right? For the gaps that exist. Cyber High is also a great resource for credit recovery. When a student maybe, needs to make up a class they didn't do well in, or, lost time for some reason and needs to make up a credit. So Cyber High, we're going to use something. I don't know if it will be Cyber High. There's other products. Miss Ward, who is the acting principal right now, is looking at that, okay? So we know it's important. We know it fills gaps, especially for those upperclassmen. We're all absolutely committed to making sure our students graduate on time whenever possible. So we're gonna offer the opportunities they need to do that. And when Cyber High is one of those, or something equivalent, I'm not sure it'll be that product. There's another product she's looking at too, but we will. Okay, it hasn't gone away forever. Again, we just backed up because we know that it's best for our kids to be with a person, right, with an actual teacher whenever possible. So we made sure that was happening, and now we're going to move forward. And the good thing about Cyber High is because it is cyber, they can get a lot done in a shorter period of time. So even though school's already started, it's okay. In order to earn a Carnegie unit or a credit, you can still do that in a more compressed period of time with a cyber environment. So we're good. It's on the list of things Ms. Ward is looking at. And she is also the principal at Shamawa Indian School, Ms. Ward, the acting principal here. So she has a program that she uses up there for this same purpose. that she's looking at because she likes it, there's things about it, I don't know the details, but she thinks are better. So those decisions are being made. We are committed to offer every opportunity our kids need. All right, I promise you that, and we are looking at it. Actually, it's a little bit different. Cyber High, high school students have to take a certain number of credits, courses, to graduate, right? How many credits you guys need to graduate? Who knows in here? 215? No, that doesn't seem right. Is that right? Okay, 215. Okay, 215 credits, because usually it's a number like 26 or something, but you multiply it by 5. Okay, so 26 times 5 is whatever she just said, right? So that's how many credits they need to graduate. Each course, she just said, is so they get a certain number of credits for each course. And there's certain courses they need. They need this many Englishes and this many maths and this many sciences and all that stuff. And the counselors and the teachers work with them on that to make sure they're getting all those things. Cyber High offers a course like that, but in a virtual, kind of like the remote learning we did during COVID, but in a virtual option. So the teacher's in the computer somewhere and they do things in the computer to do what's required for a course. Okay, so there's certain standards that we have to meet to get a credit, to get the credits for the graduation. It's not really a tutor. There are other tutor programs that we take advantage of. One big one is Khan Academy, I'm sure teachers are using. Are there other tutor programs, teachers that are in here that you guys really like, that the kids use a lot? Yes?
No, I'm not the study one, but back to Cyber High. You were saying that the Cyber High is more of an online and they're not getting the help, and we saw the struggle with the students during the COVID time and everything. And I agree, yes, with my daughter, part of the reason she was here was with credit recovery because of her freshman year. She did not do well, but she excelled.
She did
in
well.
Cyber High because she had a teacher on campus in the classroom to help her, where a lot of other online credit recovery officers or operators don't have that.
True, we have the on-site support person in the room there too.
Yeah. Help her.
Right, it was you. Great job. So, good point. Everybody's different, right? Some kids do. And so we're going to offer opportunity like that. We are.
So is there a timeline to bringing something like Cyber High back? Is that something that's going to be brought back this year? Because I know there's other students that are not quite there with graduation timeline because they have not passed their classes or they're failing right now and not having enough time during the summer to complete that. Will we have something next semester to bring something like Cyber High back to have, them to work on and do credit recovery for the classes that they failed last semester, this semester, to complete?
Good question. And did I answer your question already before I switched? Okay, good. So tutoring programs are a little bit different, right? But to go to your question now, Ms. Ward is looking at reinstituting some sort of online course like Cyber High, right? I don't know if it'll be that exact one. Again, I know that she's looking at another version of it. I can't give you an exact date. I don't know. You know what I mean? But I do know that she and this whole team are committed to doing absolutely everything in the time that's needed so the kids have what they need. So we want the kids to graduate. We know that time's of the essence. We can't dilly-dally, right? We have to move because the kids need what they need when they need it, right? Which some of them need it now or soon. So everyone knows that, but I can't sit here and say I know a date. I know that they're trying to get this done quickly. If I had to guess, now don't go saying I said it was going to be a certain date because I didn't say that, but if I had to guess, I would think it makes a lot of sense to start a program back like that as of the next semester after Christmas, because that's a natural, transition point. So, and would allow enough time, because things take time to organize and get, and all that. So that would be what I would be shooting for, but I do not have that exact information. I know Ms. Ward is looking at it. I know she has that kind of a program at Chemawa. I know that there's a need for certain gaps to be filled, and certain students to benefit. All of that is important. So that's what I can say right now, that we are committed to looking at it, getting something in place in a timely fashion. Okay? But I can't say a date. I'm sorry, I just don't have it. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, now that we've been recognized with accreditation, does that give us more opportunities for funding?
Yeah, great question. Now that we have system accreditation, does that mean we can get some more funding somehow? Possibly. You know, it's really, the funding structure in BIE is a little different because it's from the CFR and from the ISEP funds primarily, and then we do have other title federal funds that we get for different purposes. You know, off the top of my head, I don't know of a direct funding source. I do know this. Without the accreditation, we wouldn't get money. With the accreditation, we do qualify. The CFR, for example, requires that we be accredited to get that ISEP money. So, yes, the accreditation does allow us to get funding we wouldn't otherwise get. Does it allow for then additional money? You know, we'll have to explore that. I don't know, but the thing we're mostly proud of with the system accreditation that I bragged about a minute ago is that we're helping each other now. Before, each school was doing that all by themselves. Each school, and you know, our people here, all these amazing educators that are here, and staff and support people, are focused on working with you and the kids, right? You and the kids. That's what they're doing, all this paperwork, and you know, the accreditation is a lot of writing there and gathering evidence, all important, and working on plans that are written and things. Helping them with that gives them more time to focus on working with kids. And plus, again, they're not trying to implement everything all by themselves, right? So that's what we're mostly proud of with our system accreditation transition. But we'll have to explore if there's funding opportunities. That's a great idea to look at. Yes, ma'am.
With the funding and the new accreditation, do you guys have grant writers or someone now that you guys are all working together under this umbrella instead of individually to find different grants that can help fund this school and the other schools under the BIE?
Actually, we do. In the BIE system, there are people that work on that sort of thing. I have actually done some of that too, myself, grant writing. I'll just be honest, BIE, because we are federal, there are some grants we qualify for, some grants we don't. So we have to look at it, but yes, we have all of the people in the system at my level, which is the district level, and above my level that can help us, right? Because we're a system and we are leveraging every bit of that. So we do want to look at those things.
Opens up more doors in that aspect?
Yes, ma'am, it does. Now, I don't know what the timeline here is. You guys gave me the microphone so I can keep on talking. You're lucky I'm not singing for you. I could do that. Yeah? Any other question? Any other question? Again, Dr. Quinyazi wishes she could be here now. She's so excited about this event and everything the school's doing. And if you have any other questions, I'll stick around for a minute. I'm happy to try to answer them. So thank you. Thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you, Dr. Carr. And you know what? Fantastic questions, not just for the school, the high school, but our new district. As you just heard, we got accredited. We went through an accreditation, making sure those high school diplomas count. We went through it again. And to make no mistake, we were accredited before. We as a staff, as a school, were accredited for 6 years. We had 3 more years left on our current accreditation. And we did that in the same type of situation where we didn't have an administrator at the time, but we were able to get the 6. You could go a 1 year, a 3 year, or a 6 year. Everyone tries to get the 6. We did it before and we had it. But the ERC will act as a school district. They'll oversee that accreditation like they just did. And with our help, your help, we got accredited. Because I will mention, when we did the accreditation for Cognia, we had parents there. We had alumni. And Sherman was represented well, very well. And I want to thank you all because of you. There was a grandmother that spoke up, spoke so well, iced it for us. So I want to thank you all. We wouldn't be doing this, we wouldn't have got that accreditation, specifically Sherman family, if it wasn't for you. So thank you. Okay, one more thing. We are gonna, what's that? One more, three more things. We'll do that parent deal, make sure you sign up. 2, Cyber High, there's some work, it's in the works. So, and lastly, where'd she go? Is she still here? One more introduction, the other half of the Duro. I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi, Meihan, Etwanyane, Alexis Duro, and Sipangna. My name is Alexis Duro. I'm an enrolled member of the San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians here in California. I'm a Sherman alumni 2009, former Miss Sherman 2007, 2008. I'm the current American Indian Sign Language teacher here. I'm also, I'm on the phone, sorry, I'm doing homecoming stuff. But yeah, so welcome everybody. If anybody has any questions, they can come by my classroom. But yeah, welcome to Sherman.
Right now they're interns, and we're hoping that things will work out where they can become part of our staff permanently, and maybe we'll see them move up to bigger and better places, maybe administration, hopefully. Okay? Yes?
Hey Matt, I just want to give a shout out to Kali, Creevy, Jeremy, Bogus, Matt, Pops, and Schwab. You guys are all here on Class 98, and my daughter's here, so.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm bringing this to you.
So I'm alumni from Class of 98. You guys all hung in there for so long. I'm a grant writer for a tribe, so that's why I asked about the accreditation and the funding. So just throwing it out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna keep with that time schedule. Am I forgetting anything, Mr. Prevey? Once again, the signing roster. Thank you, Dr. Carr. What energy. Thank you. Positive things at our ERC. We look forward to continue working with them. Thank you all. Your students will show you around. Please take the time. If you have any questions, I'll currently be in the meeting with Dr. Carr for approximately half an hour, but I should be available if you need to see me at Acting Vice Principal up in the front lobby, 11 o'clock. Okay? So thank you once again. You're oh, one more. Go ahead.
I'm going to go to Miss Britt and see if she has a clipboard and some paper so we can get that list back.
Okay. Thank you. And let's get this started.